Hello, welcome back. We are here yet again with the Technomancer. It has been a while. In our last episode, we broke into prison and freed some of the prisoners there. Specifically, an abundance prison that dissenters were sent to be mind-washed. Or brainwashed. I'm not sure. Yeah, that sounded funnier in my head. I'm sorry. But anyway, we went there to specifically free a decryptor who could translate the tablet that we brought to Great Ian, but sadly he was killed. I cannot talk English right now. Okay, so basically, if you were here last time, we broke into a prison and we saved someone so we can translate a stupid text thingy, so we can get a new cooking recipe. In the process, Scott actually disappeared from our group. We don't know where he went, so hopefully we can figure that mystery out as we continue on in our adventure. I basically just off-screen sold all my stuff, slept for pretty much 2 days cumulatively to advance the plot and give Patience, our translator, time to translate the text. And, very interesting, I took a look at that armor that we picked up last time, the full soldier's plate, and it actually turns out, fully upgraded, it's better than the militiaman's breastplate, which is incredible. Like, honestly, this armor, 26... we might just leave him with this for the rest of the game. The disruption resistance is incredible. You're not going to find much better than that. Coupled with the really good damage resistance, like this is... I mean, we can actually upgrade it further when we get to tier 3 crafting. And that honestly might be Andrew's armor for the rest of the game. Nisha, I don't know, we might find something better for her. And for ourselves, same thing. Right now we're rocking the ASC Soldier's Breastplate. It's only got a 20 resistance, and it's only got 45 resistance. So actually, compared to the other two, my armor fucking sucks. But then again, that's the problem. So the drawback of taking no strength is you can't equip the good armor. You're kind of stuck with not so good armor. But that's okay. We'll make it work. And depending on how things go, we may change it up a little bit. But anyway, let's see if he has managed to decrypt our tablet.
Looks like Patience is gone. Judging by the mess, I doubt he left willingly. Bet you all the serum in the world the fucking ASC's behind all this. They need to be stopped before they overrun Noctis. And I need to find Patience. Fuck, and the tablet.
Yeah, you do need to find some Patience. So with that done, we now need to figure out what happened to Patience. It says wait, but we're not going to wait. We're going to go where that exclamation point is. Because our Technomancer agents that we set up to follow the groups we think the ASC has infiltrated have obviously gotten results because the quest tracker told us to go talk to them, which means that they are, means they're done, right? It has been a long time since I've played this game, so not a huge long time, but feels like almost a week, so it's good to be back in the saddle and getting some resolution to this
quest. After trailing the groups you mentioned, it's obvious that they each have a few people among them who aren't just looking for you, but purposely seeding unrest in the population, and maybe pushing for an uprising.
Then we need to stop it.
Here's a description of everyone we found. Give me a map. There. I've marked every place you can find them. Shouldn't be hard for you to get them now.
Okay. So now we need to go thrash some ass and see if we can stop these people that are causing all this trouble in the civil uprising. Obviously, the ASC is trying to formulate a takeover to take over Noctis, but that's not going to happen if we have two things to say about it, and those two things are drop dead. Whoop. I'm gonna... Okay. Whoa, no I'm not. I really love the slow-mo crits. I don't know if I've mentioned that, but I love how it goes slow-mo like that every time you crit. Now, as far as loot, I'm not sure what these guys have on them, but no sense not looking. I didn't even know about that full jacket that we just got, Andrew. I don't even remember. 5 agility? What? 5 agility? I didn't even think we could get this thing. I thought we had to buy it. Wow. Alright, well, we're so close to Chapter 3 that I'm just going to hold on to that. I'm not going to bother upgrading it. We'll save it for chapter, once we finish up here and move on to the next town where we'll have access to the next level of crafting. And then we can figure out if we want to stay with the sickle or if we want to actually go and start using the... how do you get up here? Well, there's like a little side passage there, but we can't... It must be part of a quest line and like puts you over there. I don't know. Maybe if you do the Vori stuff, they do something that sends you over there. Maybe there's like some kind of back access road that I'm missing. I'll double check that and make sure that I can't get up there, but for now let's destroy these guys. Now, we want to take out the rifle guy first because of that reason right there. I'm just getting like really lazy with this lightning sword. And if I'm not careful, it's gonna cost me. But yeah, we're just gonna keep going back and forth, taking care of these guys, making sure to refresh our armor. Do you have any other really, really good things? Our weight as we've played has steadily gone up, and that's because of all the injections that we're lugging around. Like, we're rocking 128 health, 96 focus, 70 traps. Like, we are fucking loaded. So, and I don't have any intention of using them until we start getting towards the real endgame stuff. Okay, perfect. Where did that shot come from? I didn't even see. But yeah, that lightning storm is less effective. Now this one has... That's a good gun for Nisha. That's not a gun for us, because it's got less cooldown speed. So these guys are actually rocking some pretty nice stuff. Saw mace. I've gotten like so many of those. Let's give that gun to Nisha right now. There you go. Solid upgrade for her right there. Okay, just give me a sec. I'm gonna make sure I can't like unlock that ladder. Well, shit, that sucks. Oh well, we had to come down here anyway. By the way, do you have any treasure? Right? No, we already took your treasure. All right, let's rock. Okay, she's not focused on me, so. Easy. These guys were dressed differently too, so I wonder if they've got something different. Mercenary jacket. No, thank you. What do you got? Health injection. You can never have too many health injections for the final boss fight. There's a sickle, piece of shit. I'm not even interested in that. Another mercenary jacket. These guys, these were the poor guys. They did not have the cutting edge technology and equipment that we've been accustomed to stealing off the bodies of our foes. Do these guys not have a ranged person? They sure don't. So whenever we do see the opportunity where they don't have a person toting a gun in their group, we can just destroy their entire worlds, rend their minds with our electrical powers, and just generally do really, really cool wizard stuff. There's another machete. Well, I'm definitely going to be giving one to Nisha, but I'm going to upgrade hers differently than I upgrade mine. Like it's the same thing with focus. I'm not sure how critical chance works for her, but I know for sure disruption is a good way to go. Sad day for you, buddy. Oh, we made level 30. Thanks for the contribution. Mercenary jacket. Steel hammer. Okay, let's put that skill point to use. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and pick this up. What this will do, even though it might make more sense to get this one, this will make it so when we do that rollback, we won't have it be limited to just our gun attack. We'll also be able to apply it to, I mean, other way around. I'm very dyslexic today. It won't affect just the knife. We can choose to roll and then fire off a shot instead. So let's go see what Dandolo advises us to do in this situation. We've gone through and we've managed to eliminate the splinter groups that are here to cause chaos. But, you know, Scott's disappeared. Now Patience has disappeared. We're kind of running out of leads. So hopefully he has some kind of direction to point us in for what the next move is to get back against ASC.
Zachariah, I was just starting to worry.
What for?
Bad news, I'm afraid. The ASC's not only in Noctis, but they're starting to threaten its safety.
Well, yeah, we just found that out.
Their spies, but if you stay here, they'll come back. And now we may be open to a direct attack from Abundance. I'm sorry, Zachariah. They're after you and your friends. I can't risk the safety of all my people for just you.
So you're turning your back on us?
No, no. I would never turn my back on a friend. I set a meeting for you with the Technomancers from Aurora. Their arms are open. You'll be safer from Victor with them by your side. You just can't stay here.
Why are you helping me?
A scratch on the back for what I hope will be a long-term relationship, Mr. Mancer. They'll meet you under one of their shadow paths. Take the map. You'll be well received. Now get going. As soon as you can gather your things and friends together. The longer you stay, the more danger those of us around you face.
How'd you manage to get in touch with Aurora's Technomancers?
Wasn't easy, but we have agents in all of the corporation's cities. The equivalent of Nisha, but not as easy on the eyes, lives in Shadowlair and was our point on this little mission. Their Technomancers are quite knowledgeable, powerful, and I assume the idea of having one of their counterparts from Abundance join them and give them a little upper hand probably put a few smiles on their faces. But their chief's name, it's slipping my mind. Profanity? No, something more. Chastity, promiscuity, generosity. Yeah, that's the one. Their chief's named Generosity, I think. He's quite chummy with the Dowser wisdom, I hear. Shouldn't be too hard for him to make you feel welcome. So set your mind at ease.
So, we have completed all the story missions for Noctis, for Dandolo. So now, we actually are almost done with Chapter 2. All we have left to do is to go to this final mission and meet with the Aurora Technomancers to transfer over to the Aurora side. Now, before we do that, though, we are going to take a little bit of a snooze, get a little bit of rest bonus, and the reason is because I'm not 100% sure when we get access to another bed. And, you know, sleeping is important, and so is that XP bonus for being rested, as it says in the top right corner. So we want to make sure we have that active as long as possible while going into this to maximize our experience growth and resulting level ups and power ups. Although, to be honest, like, we could, with the right armor, which we don't have yet, but we will get shortly, we could take on the final boss. Like, we can take on all the content in the end game with the stuff that we have. But it never hurts to power up and make things a little easier. So we're gonna hold on to the machete, sell the sickle, or it's whatever that was. Sell off all this stuff. And then there's nothing holding us back for just going straight over to Aurora. And hopefully, whatever happened to Scott, he can take care of himself. Hopefully. Alright. That should be good. So now we are set. Let's continue on our adventure and see what it's like to fight for the other side. Let's head over to Aurora. Of course, we'll be taking Phobos and Amelia with us in spirit, but we're going to be sticking with these two awesome chaps for the time being. In fact, while I'm on the point, we're going to use Phobos like a couple more times, like once, and we're going to be using Amelia a handful more times. I gave her back the full soldier uniform because it had like a little bit more defense, and but these two guys that we got on our team are looking to be our A game. They are going to be the guys that we are going to be using default as much as we can and investing as much time and effort as we can. Sorry, Phobos and Amelia and Scott, if we ever find you, but you didn't quite make the cut. So once you go here, it'll trigger the end of Chapter 2. So make sure you finished everything that you want to finish with Chapter 2 before going to this point.
Now we're headed back to Aurora. This is the definition of insanity. Do you think they know how many times I've attacked them?
I'm really sorry, Zach. I'm sure Dandolo would have preferred to keep us all in Noctis. It makes me uncomfortable, but we can't keep Noctis under Victor's crosshairs. He wouldn't hesitate to wipe it off the face of Mars just to get his hands on you.
I don't know about that. Big Bad Victor is definitely a manipulative rat, but he's gonna have a lot of trouble wiping out a city like Noctis using a couple of harebrained schemes.
Do the corporations differ all that much? I know you were raised to think so, but as a mutant, I only see humans bickering over petty squabbles. The differences don't matter now, especially since they're welcoming you with open arms. Supposedly, Technomancers are treated well.
Here's the truth. I know this transition is going to be hard for you. Aurora may ask you to fight against your former corporation. You may end up on the battlefield against men and women you knew from before. And at least there's no chance of coming up against an old Technomancer buddy, because they're all with you. Well, except for that Snake Allen. That doesn't really matter, right?
What bothers me is that they're gonna commandeer my baby. I'm warning you, Zach. I like you, but if they try to take my rover, I'm out. So fucking out. It's me and my rover or nothing.
Yeah, so big changes. So let's go. Oh. Well, first we got. Well, I got this on lockdown. Don't even worry about it. Look at how many crits we're just chaining together. Oh. We can skin one of the big guys, but they don't have a lot of what I'm really interested in. Serum, forget about it. Let's actually... I'm not sure if there's a chest back here or not, so let's go check just in case. Never hurts to investigate all the little crooks and crannies and alleyways in this game. Especially now that we're getting into the end game. And there actually is a chance that there might be something worthwhile hidden in one of those crooks and crannies. Oh, also, I forgot to talk about this the last couple of times. So, I took the first settler's gloves, and I gave my old gloves to Andrew, the master's gloves. And you'll notice the difference in damage is only 1 point, whereas I have twice the critical chance that he does, which really plays into my high agility. I honestly forget if we're going to get access to better gloves, but the gloves that we have now are honestly pretty good. Like, I'm pretty satisfied with what we got. So let's see what they have to say.
We're going to take you down!
You won't get away! The last fight before freedom, Zachariah!
So now we have a shit ton of Aurora that we have to deal with. And specifically the ASC. I'm actually gonna... I'm gonna take some... I cannot talk. I'm gonna use a focus injector right now. And I'm gonna use a health injection, because this is a hard-ass fight, and we definitely don't want to be underestimating what our opponents can do. A couple of traps here and there will surely help things out as well. Nice.
Release him. Let him serve as our messenger. I hope, Zachariah, that you will forgive this little charade. But it was a means to an end, necessary to ensure peace of mind, the safety of Noctis, and those who will now welcome you. The ASC now believes you uprooted yourself to Aurora, where they will never go looking for you. So, keep a low profile here, and you'll have nothing to fear. I hope that suits your needs. To send you to Aurora was never really an option. The political climate is not exactly conducive to a Technomancer. And here you have Phobos, who's offered to open the doors of his home to you. But I'll leave him to explain this better. Your brothers and sisters will follow you. Be well, Zachariah. Oh yes, one last thing before you go. So, I have some troubling news about your friend.
Well, be careful about that mine there, buddy.
Where is he?
Mutants spotted him near the Shadow Path. Come here. Let me show you on the map.
Why would he go there?
Haven't the slightest. There's an abundance outpost there. Might have been taken there by force. From what my informants told me, he looked like he was in a precarious situation.
Thanks for the info, Dandolo. Owe you one.
Big twist.
Got ripped off. Dandolo had planned everything from the start. The costumes, the rover repair, and he even let Victor settle down without a word. All of that just to organize a fake meeting.
What did I tell ya? A douchebag with real nice clothes is still a douchebag. Even though he totally fucked us over, I gotta say, what you just did back there, real classy. Victor the Dictor's probably having a little tantrum.
I'm glad you find it amusing, Amelia. Go south. My people's refuge isn't far away. But you have to know where to look, or you'd never be the wiser.
What's it like? Magical city hidden away in a floaty island or something?
Nothing like that. It's a valley, or perhaps more accurately, a crater. There is vegetation there unlike anywhere else. Truly something you've never seen before.
A secret place that's one of a kind? What the fuck are we waiting for?
I'm used to not being welcome wherever I go. But this place, won't we be despised for who we are? After what they've all been through, the grudges they hold against mankind, more than understandable. But I'm worried, Phobos. Will your support be enough to grant us safe passage?
I believe so, but I'll also need to ask for Scump's support. He's our best orator, so as long as he's on board, it won't be a problem.
Farewell, Noctis. I'm sorry to have to leave you this way.
I'm sorry, Nisha.
Stop. It's not your fault. It's Victor's. I just hope I can come home soon.
Do your business here, but you cannot enter the valley. No human is allowed there.
There must be a way to make an exception.
Sorry, Phobos. You know that I respect you, but I am following orders. To be honest with you, it is for your friend's safety. I do not know how they would welcome them in there. Maybe if another speaker supported them.
I will go see Scum. I managed to see him. He offered me something. Scum is an important figure here, one of the great speakers. People listen to him. If he supports you, you will be able to get in without being lynched. But he wants you to prove yourself by helping a group of mutants. From what he hears, a group of mutants have escaped a labor camp. They have not arrived here, though, so he fears they have found trouble. We will need to find them and see what has gone wrong. Bring them safely to the valley, and you will not only earn their support, but Scum's as well. Quite the asset.
All right. Do we know how they were supposed to get here?
The shortest and safest route to take is the canyon, right here.
Let's go see what happened to them.
And there we go. Set for another round. Do you think one day we may get to settle down?
I don't know. Is that a problem?
Not at all. I'm used to it, and it's one of the rare things I appreciate about merchant life. I wasn't made to just sit around.
So as you can see here, our Technomancer bros have followed us, and they're just going to end up waiting here while we go on our adventure to prove ourselves to the mutants of Mutant Valley so we can gain entrance. Yeah, a lot just happened there. We actually fucking, Dandolo set, everything that we did was to set up that meeting. The costumes were those those Aurora Technomancers were just his people in costume. We needed the rover repairs so we could do on that travel, and it was all just to fool Victor. And now we have to go rescue these mutants so we can get passage into the city and into Chapter 3. Just for reference, Scum, we heard about him before. He is the mutant that led the outbreak that freed all the outbreak in Aurora that freed all the mutants and blah. We actually covered that when we did the quest for the Resistance. It was one of the news stories. So we're gonna head to the canyon and see what we can do.
Mutants took this canyon we were shown.
Hell yeah, fucking right. There aren't many paths leading to mutant valleys that are safe from the sun. We'll find them.
For a successful escape, the breakout is just half the battle. The other half is diligence. It is likely that they moved slowly and decided to stop and hide at nightfall, so I'm not worried. But a little help never hurt anyone. See anything, Amelia?
Nope, but we're still far from that place he showed us. My baby's fast, but it doesn't go the fucking speed of light.
One must muster quite a bit of courage to escape from a city, only to risk it all in the desert, defenseless while soldiers are in hot pursuit, or have already suffered greatly.
I wonder how long they chase after them once they've left the cities. Most people think it's impossible to survive in the desert. So wouldn't they figure they could let the desert do their dirty work for them?
I hope no one was wounded. Blood attracts creatures of all sorts, predators that'll pounce on the weak. Imagine it, Zach. Walking all those miles through hostile areas, hiding and sleeping during the day. It takes courage.
Once everything's been taken from you, death probably isn't a fear anymore. Rebuilding a life comes at the price of risking it.
Too bad they didn't have vehicles or something to help them run. Hell, someone should build hideouts along the path to help. A place to give them food and water. A place to catch their breath, you know?
I agree with you. Now, if you noticed, this spot actually, not only are we here to rescue the mutants, but there's also one of the toad, the third animal that we have to hunt for our biologist friend, and Scott is here. So we're going to knock out 3 quests at once. Really convenient that they're all happening in the same area, right? But anyway, let's focus on our main objective, which is helping these guys out. Luckily, they're just right here, just kind of staring at this cave.
The day is rising. They must find a place to rest, and this cave is perfect to hide them from both the men and father's son.
But this cave he has a bad feeling. There's danger here from the moment he wakes to.
No, we've already met and defeated danger, overcome it together. So he must stop behaving like a slave. Come!
Move away! Don't be afraid. Scum sent me from Mutant Valley to protect you.
His corpse instantly disappeared. Now this thing is a fucking problem. But if we can get our... There we go. We are going to take poison damage while we're doing this. But hopefully, we can just completely destroy him with our abilities. Look at all that damage we're doing. You want to look out for his charge and his tongue attack. But the battle didn't last long enough for me to show that off. Oops, shit. You can take a health injection to offset the poison when it hits up. And when the fight starts, all these jellyfish will spawn. So just make sure you take the time to shoot them out. You can use guns, you can use lightning. The poison effect doesn't last that long, so... Luckily, because we have all these gun upgrades, we can just knock them out one by one by one. Let's skin them. And you'd think you'd get something really awesome, but really all you do is get a lot of serum and some good leather, which we could have bought on our own, like, a long time ago. Iron tube and master's gloves. Now, I think we already have the master's gloves, but the iron tube, that's a solid upgrade for Andrew once he hits strength 3. So, as soon as he's able to equip it, we will fully upgrade it for disruption and put it in his inventory. I don't know if there's anything actually in this cave, but we'll check it out anyway. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. So now we need to escort these guys to safety. Of course, there might be a thing or two in the way, so we should be wary. Ha, that's cool. So if you use your directional buttons, or I guess if you're playing on a cursor, your movement stick, you can actually move yourself around while you're shooting that electricity and put it in different directions. You don't normally want to do that because you want to focus it all on the same target. We are going to come back here once we get rid of our... Well, not get rid of, but escort our friends to safety. And then that's because that's where Scott might be. It looks like that. If I were ASC and I captured someone important to the mission, that's probably where I would put him. Just saying. Man, I hate these things. I think if we're lucky, this might be the last time that we fight them. Which honestly would not be too fucking soon. Fucking die! They're just so irritating to fight. There. See ya later. Anything good in this chest? These are very important. So this is the jacket that I was talking about, the full Noctis jacket. It requires 1 constitution, and it's got 3 slots, which gives it a lot of potential. It's got a 20 resistance to poison, which is very, very, very important. And I will talk about that once we can actually get into the mutant city and start upgrading it. But for now, just keep in mind, we could have gotten that earlier when we were fighting the Noctis people. So, if you see that full jacket, I mean, like, you should hold on to anything that says full in the inventory.
We're almost
But
to Mutant Valley.
if you see it, don't get rid of
You
it.
have our thanks, man.
It'll be useful later.
Call me Zachariah.
Then you have our thanks, Zachariah. We will not forget what you have done for us. We must hurry now, though. The day is coming.
So now that we have freed these guys, we can... I guess they just jumped off the cliff? Good luck, guys. So what we need to do before we leave this area, we need to go investigate that area where we last saw Scott. And we also need to make sure that we go hunting for the storm toad, or whatever toad, just big frog. It's identical to the frog we just fought, so we're going to fight it the same way. But first we're going to take care of these guys. Whoops. Maybe we can just, like, run through. Huh. I didn't think they just let us pass like that. So we're gonna imbibe and focus. We're gonna stun him, and then we are gonna get knocked flat on our ass. Oh shit. This would be such an embarrassing way to die. Yeah, that tongue animation's really weird. You want to keep an eye out for it. Uh-oh, shit. Alright, he's gonna do something. Ah! Oh my gosh, just die. Please just die. I'm making this a lot harder than it actually has to be. Uh-oh. A lot harder. He is vulnerable to electricity, so with the debuff from our fist attack plus our lightning attacks, we were doing a lot of damage. I was being really ballsy using lightning storm. I do not recommend doing that. You can see how well that worked out, but we got that knocked out, and in order to return the quest, yes, we will have to return to Noctis, but we're gonna get some other things knocked out first before we head back that way. Let's group all these guys up. That's pretty good. Let's get the big guy. Now, is there really nothing here? I thought there would at least be like treasure or something in this off-way path. I guess not. Alright, well then all we have left to do is go check out what Scott's doing and see. Oh, ouch. Jesus Christ. So don't do what I just did, because you'll probably die if you don't have your armor active. It's never happened before. We're learning all sorts of new and interesting things about the game every day, all the time. But we're just gonna run over to this fence, hop over it, and see what's in this ASC facility here. And then, as you can tell, like, I think this is the point where the Noctis area is like the high point of the game. And what you're gonna start to see, in my opinion, is a little bit of rushed design. It's gonna be less. It's going to be fine now, but as we continue on, you're going to start to see like the marked evidence of like, oh shit, trying to compress as much as they can in as short of a time as possible.
You're just an old fool, aren't you? Risking your own neck to shelter the road. Well, if your neck's no value to you, it's no value to me either. I'm off to Ophir. Soldiers, abundance has fed its parasites for far too long. I think it's time we stop some of the leeching.
No, stop! Listen to me. Let me.
If I don't step in, they'll kill him.
Guys like that make your head Technomancer like rubber. You better get a move on before something damn trick.
So let's see what we can do to save Scott. Let's see what we can do not to get smacked in the face. Oh my shit's overheating. Oh no 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 no. I hate you, ASU shield guy. I hate you. Hey, we saved Scott.
You came. I thought that it was all over. Thank you.
I wasn't gonna let those thugs kill you, but I'd like to know what you're doing here. Why did you disappear?
I was missing abundance. I was hoping. Anyhow, that was silly. I'm sorry. He tried to torture me, you know, he wanted to know where to find you, but I didn't say anything.
I don't really understand how you ended up here. Anyway, let's get back. You're in bad shape. I can't figure out what Scott was doing in the desert with Alan. I better find some witnesses who saw what happened. Get to the bottom of it.
I'm not sure why Scott just doesn't outright tell us, but anyway. Let's see if these ASC guys have something for our troubles. Maybe there's a jacket for us that's even better than the one that we're wearing. That would be cool. Full ASC spy jacket. That's the one that we're wearing right now, I believe. No, we're wearing the soldier breastplate. These guys had shit. But for not having any good equipment, they like thrashed the shit out of me. So, this is an excellent time to end the episode. When we return, I will escort Scott back to the rover, and we will head back to Mutant Valley and see if they accept us now that we saved some of their brethren. In the meantime, I'm Twinkle Butt. Thank you for watching, and have a fantastic day.